Hello, Jazz Farm followers. It's Grumpy Farmer John here. I thought I'd do a video, because I haven't done one in forever, about how our grow room works. A while back, my friend Russ on the other side, on the western slope, had a conversation about being off-grid and wanted me to, wanted me to post a video on how the system works. And you can see that in previous videos on our channel. And the discussion was being completely off-grid and what does it mean and all that nonsense. And I had mentioned that we are mostly off-grid in that we are completely solar, except when we're growing our plants for our vegetable garden, which is now. And in Colorado, if you don't get your plant started early in some place that's protected, you're not going to have much of a vegetable garden. So I thought I'd show you what we're doing. And we have ourselves pretty well off-grid electricity wise for most of the year, except when we're running our seedling room, which is down in our basement. And I wanted to show you just why we stay connected to the grid when we're doing this. We grow most of our own food, and we are at the bungle in the jungle phase right now. Everything is just exploding. We start everything about the first week of March, and we do it under these behemoth lamps. These are 1,000-watt metal halide lights, and as much as I would like to be able to power everything off of solar, it wouldn't handle this in any way, shape, or form unless I tripled about the size of the solar panels that we have. Ours is right now about a 6.7 kilowatt system. So we right now have about 6,000 watts of lights burning down here from growing tomatoes, about 9 different kinds of peppers from mild to hot. You can see there's another one of these lights. These are 1,000-watt metal halide lights that they usually use in grow rooms for marijuana growth and hydroponics. The tomatoes right now are about 1.5 feet tall. Looks like a jungle. And in fact, on this table, tomorrow we're going to be taking one of the cinder blocks out of here and lowering it down because they're getting way too close to these lights. We call them like turning on the sun. We start out with some fluorescence, and then we've got 3 of these big bad boys going, and all of the fluorescence, and it does an amazing job. It just, you can't do it with solar. So here we got most of our pepper plants, eggplants, some of Colorado's catnip, some more tomatoes. And you know, had we not grown tomatoes or peppers, most of the stuff we could start outside and grow mostly root vegetables. But you know, how long can you live on that without going crazy? And in fact, about going crazy, because this is for Russ on the other side, they are kind of losing their minds because they're trying to sell their place. You should go over to Dorothy's Hobby Farm, check out the videos they're making about their homestead, and somebody buy the place from them. It's awesome. It's completely off-grid. They want to move to Kansas, and of course the Zombiepocalypse is making that a little difficult, as well as uncooperative realtors. But over here we've got another son, so that makes 3. And we got a bunch of herbs over here, butternut, acorn, spaghetti squash, zucchini, cucumbers, more herbs, locust trees that I'm growing to make a windbreak. And then these are all our new apple trees to go out into our orchard. And so we've got those 3 sons plus all the fluorescence growing the peppers. Here's some more fluorescent tubes. I would highly recommend these. They're T5 grow lights, and they don't give off a lot of heat, and they do an incredible job. These are our onions, so yellow onions, red onions, and shallots. And then over here, more onions, and red onions, and bunching onions, and celery, and thyme that's just now starting to come up. And again, more of these lights. Then we go over here And because onions can be persnickety, I started some more just in case my other ones died. And those are more red and yellow onions. So anyway, this is what we're doing. This is why we run the system off of solar most of the year. But then we have to stay, attached to the grid, because this is sucking up every inch of power that the solar system can put out. And we have a whole nother a whole household to run. And we just got 40 baby chicks that are now under a 250 watt heat lamp. So, it's power intensive for about 8 weeks every year, but it certainly seems to be worth it, because we really don't have many failures unless we get a freak storm. And we just had a freak freeze 2 days ago, but the lettuce that was out there and the cauliflower and the broccoli out in the greenhouse all survived, so we're very happy about that. So anyway, here's we are, 2020. Everybody's sequestered, bored out of their tree, and I'm so busy I can hardly stand it. So here we are, Jazz Farm, out for now.